Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be covering the ultimate money-making guide, the best, fastest, and quickest way to make cash in Red Dead Redemption 2. So as sort of a starter point here, as you progress through the campaign, you will gradually make money over time, but I know a lot of you guys are interested in upgrading Arthur, upgrading your horses, buying new weapons, and you don't have a lot of money at the start if you just do the normal campaign missions. So how can you go about making a lot of money really quickly? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to follow all of the treasure hunts and you need to follow all of the hidden puzzles in game as well. So all of the treasure hunts in game are going to give you gold bars. These gold bars can be immediately sold for $500 cash to any of the fences in game. You unlock the fences pretty early on, and most of these treasure hunts are going to give you 2 to 3, sometimes even 5 bars. There's one treasure map if you pre-ordered the digital version of the game or have the special or ultimate edition of the game is going to give you 5 gold bars, which means that doing that, and if you complete it and sell it, that's $2,500 right there. Some of the other treasure hunts have 2 golden bars. That's $1,000. Some of the other treasure hunts in game have 1,500 that you can get by selling 3 golden bars. Now, if you're curious on where these treasure hunts are, how they're started, their clues, their locations on the map, and how to easily find the treasure themselves, I will leave links to all of the treasure hunt guides I have done in the description of this video. They're incredibly easy to follow. I list all the steps, I show the locations on the map, and the rewards at the end. So if you do all the treasure hunts, you're going to end up with probably $4,000 to $5,000, maybe even $6,000 if you do every single one of them. And that's just the treasure hunts. Another thing you want to do is the Strange Statues puzzle. So I have also covered the Strange Statues puzzle. This is sort of a cryptic sort of mystery that you have to solve, and your reward at the end is going to be 3 golden bars, which is going to give you another $1,500. So you guys get my point here. Just by completing the treasure hunts and just by completing the secret strange puzzle mystery, you're going to have like $9,000 or $8,000 right there. And that is a ton of money. I know it doesn't seem like a lot because we're used to maybe a game like Grand Theft Auto where, you know, a t-shirt is $8,000 or $9,000, but in Red Dead Redemption 2, that is a ton of money. You're going to be able to buy so much with that. So doing those two things, I would say, are the utmost importance. Tip number 2 today, loot everything. So I don't care how you go about looting things, whether you are literally robbing people and shooting them and taking it off their bodies, or whether you're finding, cargo chests throughout the world, you want to loot everything. Because there's a good chance within these chests or on these people, you are going to find jewelry. Now, you can find these jewelry and other items that might be valuable, and you can sell them to either a general store or a fence, and you can make a ton of cash. So even though it might seem a little bit minute and a little bit time-consuming and tedious, you want to loot everything, like check every lockbox, check every chest, go inside every room, because you might find something very valuable that you can end up selling for $5, $10, $15 a pop. And that will really start to add up because you just throw it in your satchel, and then when you end up finding a fence, you are good to go and you just sell them. So that's probably one of the easier things you can do to make money, and it really doesn't take any time out of your day. Tip number 3 is hunting. Hunting will allow you to get animal skins, and animal skins can be sold for a lot. Now, there is a lot of strategy to this. You want to make sure, number 1, you're finding the 3-star animals. So those are going to be producing the perfect pelts, and you're also going to make sure when you're hunting them, you hunt them in the right way. There's special ways to go about hunting certain animals with certain rifles and certain ammo. So you want to make sure you're not just going in there with a stick of TNT hunting for some deer. That's obviously not going to be producing the best pelts. So that's something that you want to keep in mind as well. Now, if you want to go above and beyond normal animals, I would recommend hunting the legendary animals. Now, of course, these are the hardest in the game to acquire. They are the toughest to not only find, but also take down. But their pelts are going to give you the best reward out of everything. And they also produce some pretty cool outfits as well. So if you want to have a pretty stylish look in game, you can create some really cool stuff. Like for example here, I think I killed the legendary white buffalo, and I was able to sell that for a lot, like $30 or $40. And then I was able to turn around and make some cool outfits with it if I wanted to. So you can choose to spend your money on that, or you can just save it. There's legendary animals all over the map, and they are an absolute amazing way to make money in Red Dead Redemption 2. So you just got to find them and then bring it to a trapper, and you can sell them for a ton of cash. Another thing you can do to get a lot of cash easy is selling horses. Now, not all the horses in game are going to be worth a lot of money or worth your time. And I would actually recommend that you already have an established horse that you really, really like before you go about doing this. But selling horses can be very profitable. So if we just sort of go to the locations where we find either a thoroughbred or a racehorse or a superior elite horse, those will sell for a lot of money. Like they're almost as rare as the legendary animal pelts. So that's something you might want to do as well. You know, get a horse just for the purpose of selling it. Now, a little bit later on in the game, you can also sell stagecoaches as well. Those don't sell for as much as something like a legendary or a rare horse, but it is still something you can do if you happen to come across one and you don't have a need for it. So if you're looking for the best horses to sell, there's actually 3 in particular. You've got the white Arabian horse. This is actually the one that we found the other day. You have the tiger striped Mustang, and then you have the American paint. This is the splashed one. This one only appears at like random campsites around the world. It doesn't have a, specific location. So honestly, if you find that one, you probably want to use it for yourself. But if you already have one and you happen to find another one, definitely sell it. They're going to be worth a ton of money. The next tip, take bounties. Do the bounty hunting missions that you get from the sheriff's office. Now, they are going to vary in price a little bit. Some of the bounty hunting missions will be, only give you a reward of $25, which is still nice, but not amazing. And some will be over $100. So it just sort of depends on where you are in the campaign and what missions you've done, and also what towns you're in. They're going to vary depending on the towns you're in, but definitely pick up the bounty hunting missions. They are going to be incredibly worth it. Now, while bounty hunting is sort of the way in which you can improve your honor, if you want to go on the opposite spectrum of that, a good way to get some quick and easy cash while in these towns is to simply rob stores. Now, the problem with that is, again, depending on your play style, this might lower your honor, which you might not want to do. And it will also, if done incorrectly, you're going to become wanted. And if you ever want to get rid of that like bounty that comes on your head, you're going to have to either pay it at the post office or just avoid that area altogether. And that is something you don't want to do, because that will obviously eat into your bottom line, eat into your profit margin. So just be careful with something like that. Those last 2 I wanted to include at the end because they will affect your honor. And since I don't know how you guys are playing, I didn't want to say, this way is better than another, because it all might depend on how you ultimately want Arthur to be viewed by the world, as either good or bad. But that right there should get you started pretty easily in Red Dead Redemption 2. That's sort of the ultimate money-making guide. I would say the first things you should do by far, the treasure hunts and the statue mysteries, that will get you loaded right off the bat. And then sort of the other things I mentioned, like selling animal pelts, horses, looting everything, you can just sort of like accumulate those as you find them. You don't have to go out of your way to get a legendary animal pelt. But if you find one, sell it. And it's a lot of money. And now you know that you can, profit from that. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating on this video. That'd be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.